Hello, everybody at the Awakening Summit. Welcome, welcome. I have none other than the absolutely magnetic, gorgeous soul activator. Are you ready for it? Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. Now, she is awesome. I've been practicing her name for the past 4 days. She's incredible. Before I introduce her, I want to introduce me so you know who this is in the yellow blouse. I am an integrative biohacker. My name is Michelle Aspinwall. I'm an age alchemist. It's been such a delight to be here this week to listen to these gorgeous women on this summit, and this one will not disappoint you. We're activating your energy with our voice, our presence, and our hearts. Abigail is a divine embodiment, guide, and mentor, a goddess, a highest potential activator, and a multi-dimensional healer. She's a catalyst for expansion, pioneering the birth of new ways of being into this realm, bridging the gap between divinity and our humanity. And that is no small feat, and she's the real deal. She lovingly serves to remind you of what you really are beyond the limitations that you're currently perceiving so that we can remember our higher selves, your divine power and your gifts, your infinite self, and your infinite capacity to choose. And that is no small feat. She works deeply and richly with the goddess and divine feminine in everything she does. She inspires and empowers all of us to step into our power and create the life and desire with ease and grace. She facilitates powerful transformations in her clients and does this through coaching, quantum energy healing, DNA activations, which if you're new to this, this is like mind-blowing, soul alignment, clearing, meditations, and so much more. Through her work, her clients experience clarity of vision and mission, motivated, empowered, abundant, magnetically radiant. And that is no small feat in and of itself, divinely connected and living a soul aligned life where they really can have it all. And I just want to capitalize on this. Women, ladies, as we gather the years, our magnetism replaces our outward physical beauty. So this magnetism is no small thing. So now that I've introduced you, Abigail, I'm so excited to dive in because in your chapter, and I know we're going to go well beyond your chapter, but in your chapter, you talked about so many things. We are completely soul aligned. You are absolutely just like me. East meets West, soul meets physical, and you really braid those two, intertwine those as well as all the activation work stunningly. She talks about the 12 cottage. She talks about soul types, like the archangel lineage, beautiful light activation at the end, which we did a little thing before we started. The mystery school, which I want you to talk more about. The mystery school, hello, like every little girl out there needs to go to the mystery school. And of course, as I said in the beginning, both the traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and then the physical, which is studying, medicine and the physiology of the body. Because honestly, without bringing those two together, it's like not adding the salt to the dessert or not adding the sugar to the acidic. You can't bring out the richness until you have both. So Abigail, talk to me about the mystery school or what that entails or what that means. Cause I don't think a lot of women understand I don't think anybody understands that unless you've gone through it. Tell us all about it.
It makes sense. So the mystery school, I want you to think about it as like the doctorate school for spirituality. In the olden days, no one had access to it unless you were privileged, you were a king, you had money, like unless you were chosen. It's basically a place that you go to study the higher mysteries like Kabbalism, ritual mastery, spiritual alchemy, high priestess. You go to master yourself through connecting to your spirituality. And it is grueling. When I say it's like a doctor's degree in spirituality, it is no joke. There's still some mystery schools currently. And of course, in this day and age, it's like every school can call themselves mystery school, but the true mystery school takes you to a soul level where you are challenged on all levels. Like the alchemist is born, and you literally transform your lead into gold, which means that
Yes.
you need to see, your shadows. You need to learn the tools that you can use to transmute your shadow into light constantly. You need to be able to call yourself out every time. You need to be able to grow. You need to be able to also access your divine powers.
Divine powers. Yes.
Yes, that you go from hearing like, oh, divine powers, we have divine powers, to holy moly, I can actually create that. Like we have rituals that we do to really bring in that power and actually create the life that we desire. It is powerful and potent. Not everybody is called to that. You don't have to go to it. That's just part of my soul contract, my past lives, many past lives as high priestess within mystery school. So it was no surprise that I was drawn and called to a mystery school in this lifetime too. So I don't want people to be like, oh, I need to be in a mystery. No, that life itself is a mystery school. But for some of us, we're called to really step up big. Like we have big stuff to do.
Yes.
And for me, going through that mystery school is a journey of remembrance and divine embodiment. I needed to remember why I decided to come to this planet, what tools I have, who I'm working with, and who I am beyond this physical limitation, which is the physical body and physical reality.
Yeah. And once women, and I don't think women quite grasp, when you step out of what you believe to be your physical, just you are like the bits and pieces and parts, when you actually really expand outward, like our auras, our energy, our as you say, our DNA activation, it is mind-blowing. Our
Really
magnetism and who we call in, and then those people then activate us as we're activating them, and it's such a co-creation. So this is incredible. Now you talk about an accident. Do you want to go into that ever so slightly, that kind of catapulted you into something? Because I think this happens to a lot of women, and some women are afraid of it, and I just want to lift the veil, blow the box up, and really, let's tell it like it is. Yeah.
So up until I was about 26 years old, the way I explained myself and my life was that I was a walking zombie, which means that my spirit was not in my body. I was refusing to be in my body. So I came in highly spiritual with all my gifts activated. Connecting to spirit is my natural, like my home. Like this is so easy for me. But being physical, now that was a challenge. I was pissed off at God for being here. As if like he pushed me here, right? Or the divine pushed me here. I chose to come, but I was pissed off because I still remember that trauma of separating from the divine, from separating from my beloved twin flame, from separating from my light soul family. Like it was grueling for me. And so up until 26 years of age, I wanted to leave. I would ask the divine, hey, is it time yet? Can I come? Please, can I just come back home? There's no reason why I should be here. I could not feel, even though so many people, the irony of this is that so many people felt so much joy being in my energy. And from the outside, they looked at me as someone who had it all, someone who's always happy. But I was frozen. I could not feel anything. I could not feel even the love they were beaming at me. I was out, not even there. So at some point, we were driving and we got into a car accident. Like someone hit us from behind, and I had a really bad concussion. And the doctor told my sister to make sure to wake me up. We were living together, to wake me up to make sure that I don't just sleep through. And I remember I was like, yes, this is it. Like, just let me sleep. Just let me sleep. So at night I'm laying there and I felt myself like sinking and leaving. And I was so freaking excited. Like I was so excited. I was like, this is it. I'm coming home. I'm coming. And then I just, at the moment, like I just knew it. I just had a feeling. My sister comes into the room, taps on me and said, hey, wake up. I'm here. And then she walks out. And I felt like someone just yanked me back into my body. I was like, God dang it. Here I am. I'm back again. Next day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm here. There's nothing that I can do to leave. There must be a reason why I'm here. So you know what, divine? I choose to live.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just live. I want to live the best life ever. So I need your help because right now I can't feel anything. I need to feel again. I need to feel the joy that people are saying they're feeling from me. I need to really live. And from that point forward, of course, I took physical steps, as in like I joined what is it, like the group therapy thing, to just kind of be out and start talking. And then I started buying myself like flowers, which, you know, we know the vibration of roses
Yes.
and what it can do to you. From then on, my teacher started showing up too. So my first spiritual teacher was a shaman, and she really helped me to connect to my physicality. She knew that spiritually I was good, but I needed to anchor all that yumminess into this physical realm and what that means. So she helped me do that. And then after that is when I met my spiritual teacher in the mystery school. And that really was now that I had a foundation, I could actually build the house on that foundation. And so I went through that embodiment and remembrance, divine remembrance through that. And it's been quite a journey since then.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the way you tell this story because you always, I mean, always, all 2 times I've ever heard it, but and read it once, so 3 technically. But I love the way you combine both the yang, which is like the outward and the sunny and the positive, with the yin, with the dark side. But by combining those two sides of the same coin, of course, then you had your even bigger awakening, your bigger soul activator. And then, as you said, you became more present in your body. It's a constant evolution of women getting more into their body,
Yes.
connecting more with their physical, so that as through that connection with physical, we go deeper, right?
Yes.
So talking about deeper, talk to us about DNA activation, because I feel like I only know like 2 sentences of what that means. I want everybody to get it. So take us deep. Like, let's just go there.
Yes. So when we talk about DNA activation, let's go into a little bit of science here because
Yeah,
I love
please.
that part.
Please.
So we all know about our physical DNA and all the codons on there and how it's expressed. So a codon might express, red hair or brown hair or blue eyes. We know that each of those codons translate into something physically that shows up. Well, guess what? We also have a spiritual strand of that DNA. Now, scientists used to believe it was called junk DNA because they didn't have,
I love this part.
They didn't have the system.
No.
They didn't have the system. They couldn't figure out what it is. All they knew is that it's just sitting there dormant. It's sitting there dormant because it was not activated. That spiritual strand is what holds our spiritual expression. So in the book, I actually what word am I looking for? What word am I looking for? Broke it down for you.
Yeah.
So that you can see what each codon represents when it is activated. Did you know that when one of the codon is activated, is connected to your archangelic self? There's a part of you that's actually an archangel.
Yes. Yes.
Of course, my son comes in giggling at that time, right?
Of course.
He feels it. We've heard about earth angels, but who ever thought that, wait a minute, it's not something that's like you're chosen to be, an earth angel. We all have an archangelic lineage, just like we all have a master of light lineage, which means that there's a master of light who has signed up to mentor us through this journey. So mine is Mary Magdalene. And, when you know this, you understand your purpose, you understand how you are in flow. So for me, I know when I'm in tune and in flow with my work, when it's like powerful and, the way I explain is like when I'm talking, just flows. Part of my gift is that there's that inner knowing and channeling. I can try to plan all I want, but the moment I start talking and channeling, everything just flows like water. That's part of her gift for me. And the more I get to know her, the more of that is also opened up within me. So these are just small examples. And you can read the book and kind of go through it. When you activate all 12 codons of your spiritual DNA, That's when you truly become multidimensional. That's when you truly understand what kind of gifts you came here to share. You truly understand how much of a badass human you are. It's not just a spiritual concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just something that is, oh my gosh, I hate that word, woo-woo.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about real thing here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in the past, society has divided spirituality and humanity. Like there's no way you can be divine because you're human. Who said so?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We
Definitely.
are definitely divinity in human body. There's nothing that would change that truth. And the sooner you embrace that, the more you can open up to your highest potential, your highest and capacity. I feel like people are getting to know, like more of themselves. Like they open up little by little. Okay, I did this healing, I did this thing, and they open up a little bit. But to truly envision who you are without the confines of, oh, I'm human, I'm stuck, I'm in this dense body, like that, to understand that you are unlimited, that there's nothing that can stop you from creating the life that you want, only you, that you are responsible for creating the blocks that show up for you, and you also have the keys and the tools to remove those blocks. That takes it to a whole different level, right? Because then all of a sudden you can't blame someone else for your stuckness. You can't blame someone else for you not living the fulfilled life or the life that you desire. You have to take responsibility because you came here with the keys and the power and the tools to do whatever it is that it is in your heart to express. Whatever that is, without limit. We are incredible. Yeah.
Without limit. And I want to just go back to something you said, because I think this is key. And this is a theme that we're hearing across the board. Everybody has different ways of saying it, and everybody's using, all the different facets of our humanness to examine and go deeper. But you, being a study of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, I know you'll really connect with this. And I'm sure in the codons you go here, but really connecting to our elements, which is who we are, not only in the physical, but in the spiritual, and then how we connect with our environment, the things that we allow in, the people, the voices we allow in, and we go inward instead of looking for things outward. Because I think that's what we do. We're always searching out here. And of course, it's a co-creation. We need that connection with other people, but the answer isn't out there. And I think this is one of the beautiful things of your work is you help women go deeper, and men, I suppose, but you help them go deeper inside, which is, we're doing similar and yet different things. Is it's not the outside, it's the inside, and then it's that connection upward. So if
you really look at it, it actually is both. But it begins within. Because when you know who you are in your core and your center, and you vibrate that frequency from there, then you're able to call in what is in vibrational resonance with your energy, with your frequency. So the right people show up, but it's not just random people. It's people who are there to help you. And it just feels, it's like a puzzle that just clicks. Like, thank you for showing up when I needed you. This is exactly what I wanted. So instead of you working from the outside in, where you're trying to find the puzzle pieces, like, is this the one? Is this the one? It's like, oh, this is the right puzzle piece. Click. This is the right puzzle piece. It makes things easier. Because now instead of you fighting and forcing something to work out, you simply need to be in a receiving place. To just open up to receive that which is in vibrational resonance or similar to your frequency to come in.
And would you agree with the statement that instead of searching in the dark for light, it's you're in the light, calling in the light in order for the darkness to sort of be around, but not be looking through darkness, but rather looking through light, which is, I think it's a very different way of thinking and vibing and experiencing, and then resonating with those people who our voices connect, our hearts connect, our souls connect, and somehow we're each part of each other's growth and empowerment and all things beautiful and feminine.
It's fascinating with the concept of light and dark. What are we really working with? We're working with our own light and our own darkness. And the sooner you realize what it within you that is not of light and transmuting that into light, the world will reflect to you what you need to heal and transmute. We attract to us what we have within. Like I was just teaching this in another group. Whatever is in here, whatever codes are activated here. For example, if you have a goddess code that is activated, you begin to draw other goddess energy to you. If you have an unworthy frequency within you, you're going to attract people who feel unworthy, which will what? It will support your unworthiness. Like we need to stop looking outside like, oh, this darkness is coming to get me. Nobody has power over you.
Ever.
Unless you say the yes, you give them the go ahead to come and influence you. Sometimes we do get people who come in as our teachers and they just break through. It's like, hey, this is time to like go beyond this. Like you need to learn this lesson because we had a contract and this needs to happen. There are those times, but most of the time, you know this because it's like people come in and you're like, wait, this is not mine. Where did this come? Wait, why do I even have to? Why am I holding this? This is not mine.
Yes.
Oh, and the moment you realize that, you know, you have to know that you are so powerful that it doesn't matter how dark that dark is. I don't think you understand how bright your light is. And on top of that, the spiritual team the badass team that you're walking with, that holds so much light that there's no darkness dark enough to enter your space unless you say, hey, of course, come in, because I don't think I'm powerful. I don't think I'm worthy to, you know, hold this light that you're telling me. Of course, you won't do that, you know, like intentionally, like, oh yeah, dark, come in, right? It's through actions that you take. It's through your beliefs, your programmings, generational stuff that all coming together and making you feel that way. And that just invites that frequency to you. Right.
Okay, generational. I want to get this last question in before we hear all about how we can like get into your world. Talk to me about past lives, about either past lives, calling in our angel team, our spiritual badass angel team, or something of that nature. Just bring that home and let's wrap this up with that. Yeah.
Past lives, delicious. So here's the thing. I feel like in this day and age, a lot of people get stuck in the concept of past lives without realizing the real purpose of us remembering what our past lives are. The fact that I have a past life where I'm a high priestess, very much in, you know, like I could say that I was Isis in a past life, but what that means is just, I just hold that light code of Isis. Right.
Oh,
what does that mean? That's what it means, right? So when we see that, some people will be like, well, I'm Isis. Well, what does it mean? When you tell me that, I'm looking at your life, I'm looking at your actions, I'm looking at your service to humanity, because that's how it shows up there. So when we see our past life, it is to tell us about our gifts, our service, what we need to heal, right? Because I have a past life in Egypt where it was quite the opposite. That when my teacher led us, like we could not find me because I've never had a past life like that. And she, you know, actually it was a he was working on the pyramids. He was very skinny. He was, you know, like broke, like dirty. Like he was doing the best to feed his family. And, you know, that past life is where I learned to break the chains in poverty. We need to understand when we connect to certain past lives, there's a gift and a message within there. Our gifts of how we can be of greater service, how we can be the best selves, right? And also what we need to heal and transcend so that we can be of greater service and be our best and higher selves.
Yes.
Right. I have a whole story about past lives where it was a whole year where each month I embodied a past life. And it was the most intense. It was like 2011 or 2012, the most intense year ever. I actually went into their lives, lived it. One of the ones where I got burned, I could feel the fire. I woke up like it just full on sweat. But the beauty of it is that I went through the anger, right? I went through the betrayal, and then I also saw how they healed, transcended those, and the gift that was within there. So one of the gifts was that I am a healer. And also in what way I was a healer, like what she was doing. She was working with the herbs, the planet, which makes sense why I'm very drawn to that. My husband is more connected to herbs than I am, but I'm more connected to the magical properties of herbs, where he's like the I call it the plant whisperer, right? He gets it. So you need to understand why these past life come to you. It's not about going back to live your lives. They don't want you to do that. You've already done that. They want you to take whatever that lesson was, whatever that blessing. They want you to open your eyes, all your senses, and receive that and bring it here into this lifetime. There's a reason why we don't have access to our entire past lives. We only have access to the ones we need in this lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll leave it there because I could go on. I have so much to say about that.
So good. That is the perfect place, because we're on the edge of our seats wanting more. We literally all want more, me included. All right, Abigail, this 30 minutes has flown by. Like, I'm dying right now. Tell everybody out there where you are, how we get in touch with you, where you live, like where's your group, how can we get more of you?
Yes. So the first thing, you can always go to my website, moongoddessacademy.com, to just find out about what I'm doing, my programs, like all of that good stuff. On Facebook, you can come join my free group. Again, Moon Goddess Sacred Sanctum. Just pop in there. It's a powerful container, and it draws in people who have big dreams. They know they're here to create, but they need that support. They need someone to remind them, hey, I'm on the right path. Hey, I know I'm amazing. I know that I have big stuff to do. So it's a powerful container, just kind of helping them through their unraveling, through their awakening, through their embodiment, divine embodiment. And yeah, so website and the Facebook, you can find me on there. I'm also on Instagram. So if you're on there, look for me there. Yeah, those are the three places. And then what was the last one that I want to talk to is my upcoming programs. So of course, DNA activation. If this is speaking to you, if you're ready for that next level, and not just knowing that next level, but actually embodying it and living it. And you can ask the people who've walked through my program what that looks like in their life. It is not a woo-woo. It's not a spiritual concept. You will transform in all areas of your life, and you will see that transformation happen. So if that's something you're ready for, you're feeling called to, jump on it. You can find that on my website. I also have a master course coming up to kind of prepare you for 2021. It's a very powerful course that I do every year to kind of lead people to create an aligned intention. So I use tools like astrology, numerology, the what is it called? The major arcana, the minor arcana. We discover your theme. We discover what the doors and the keys are to unlock your year. We discover what you need to be in alignment with in order to have the best year possible. It makes manifestation quite fluid when you understand the energies that you're playing with and the energy that you are stepping into. So that's what that course is about. So look out for that. It will be on my website as well.
Great. And what was that last course called again, Abigail?
Empowered You, Fulfilled Life.
Okay.
Or Empowered You, Fulfilled Year. I keep like playing with the name.
I know, I do that too. I'm like, should it be this one? Should it be that one? Totally. Oh my gosh, what a light. Abigail, thank you so much. I know that there's going to be so many women out there ready to activate everything from the core and really embody and live it, as you say. And ladies, I hope you're enjoying the Awakening Summit. The group, as I understand it, will be open through 2020 so that everybody can go back, watch the replays, and really reconnect with the people that spoke to you, that called to you. Thank you so much for joining us here. Abigail, thank you so much. What a dream. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.